What's up, guys? Doomwake here, and welcome to some more modern action on the channel. This deck is going to be a lot of fun, I can promise you that. Before we continue, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to let me know in the comment section below what you thought of the video. Let's try and get this video to, we'll say 123 likes, a good old 1, 2, 3. So, for those of you who have been playing Modern for a couple of years now, you might remember a little deck called Mardu Pyromancer. And this deck was utilizing Young Pyromancer alongside a whole plethora of cheap, 1-mana spells. It had Faithless Looting, Fatal Push, Thoughtseize, Inquisition, I think Path to Exile, Lightning Bolt. And it was trying to it was like a really grindy mid-range deck. Its top end, it didn't really have a top end. It did have Lingering Souls as well, which you see here. But that deck kind of fell out of favor pretty much when Faithless Looting was removed from the format. And there were people that maybe have tried strategies like this at, points after the looting ban. But for the most part, it really kind of fell out of favor. And this deck is kind of just taking a lot of those same elements, but adding all of the busted MH2 cards. So what we have here is a Mardu deck. We are playing 4 Ragavan, 4 Channeler. Our threat base after that is 3 Dreadhorde Arcanist, only 2 Young Pyromancers, a Kroxa, and then a main deck Lurrus. So let's go over each of these. So obviously, Channeler, Ragavan, I don't really need to talk about those. Those cards are insane. Dreadhorde Arcanist is interesting. The good thing about Arcanist, there's 2 good things. It blocks Ragavan profitably because it's a 1/3, and it doesn't die to a non-deliriumed Unholy Heat, and that's one of the more prevalent removal spells in the format. So you get a little bit of, you get some good stuff there, and the utility and the value that it provides you can usually overpower some of, like, if the game goes long, if you get to attack with it a couple of times, you can kind of overpower their removal spells. So that's the idea behind it. You can flashback discard spells, Unholy Heat, Fatal Push. Doesn't play the best with Prismatic Ending, but if your opponent has a 0-mana permanent, let's say a Construct token, or maybe a 4/4 Rhino token from a Crashing Footfalls, you can flashback Prismatic Ending from the graveyard and cast it on a 0-mana permanent, even though there was no mana spent to play the Prismatic Ending. Only 2 Young Pyromancers here. So this list I copied from a 5.0 Magic Online League, and if you stay tuned till the end, you'll see that I talked about some changes that I wanted to make because I really enjoyed this deck. But there are some changes that I want to make, so trying to stick to the end of the video for those. But Pyromancer is a card that, again, similar to Arcanist, it provides you some good utility against Ragavan because the 1/1 tokens that it creates not only is additional value, but more blockers for Ragavan. And then Lingering Souls, a card that we really haven't seen a ton of in quite some time. But with the resurgence of Death Shadow, I actually think that Lingering Souls is in a decent spot right now. The fact that it, again, more stuff to blank Ragavan, but also giving you a bunch of chump blockers against specifically Death Shadow seems really good, and they don't play Team or Battle Rage anymore. And then the rest of the deck is a lot of removal, Inquisition, Fatal Push, Unholy Heat, Prismatic Ending, Terminate. We have discard spells, Inquisition, Thoughtseize. We have Baubles to go with our DRCs and Unholy Heats. We have 1 Kroxa. I think maybe there should be more copies, but 1 Kroxa to get some value off of it. And then the cool part of this deck, we have Kolaghan's Command as well, which is just a really good grindy card. And then you'll notice here we have a Lurrus main deck and 2 Blood Moons. Now, there's some interesting things to talk about here. Normally, you would play Lurrus in the sideboard, and then you would just not play Blood Moons. The cool thing that this setup allows you to do is when you're playing against a matchup where Blood Moon is not good and you'd rather have access to Ragavan, what you can do is you can just remove the Blood Moons from your main deck, put the Lurrus into your sideboard, and then have Companion Lurrus in the postboard games. Now, I think what might be a better approach is and we talked about this after, to just sideboard the Blood Moons and the Lurrus and always be a Companion Lurrus deck. And when Blood Moon is good, that's usually when Lurrus is not as good, like against big mana and those kinds of decks where you don't have time for Lurrus. So you just board in the Blood Moons and then don't reveal Lurrus in the post-board games. But you have that flexibility. You can, sometimes you're a Companion Lurrus, sometimes you're not, and it's really cool. So I like that aspect of the deck as well. Mana base here, nothing too fancy. Some Blackleaf Cliffs, Fetch Lands, Shock Lands, the usual stuff that you would see. Graven Cairns to help support Dothy Voidwalkers in the sideboard because you do need double black for that. Speaking of the sideboard, we have a third Blood Moon for when we want that. We have 3 Dothy Voidwalkers, which is really, really good against... The Dothy Voidwalker is just a sick card. It's really good against Living In. It's really good against opposing Lurrus decks, because if they can't kill it, all their stuff gets exiled, which means that, you know, down the road, if they eventually get to a Lurrus turn, they might have limited resources from the Voidwalker exiling a bunch of stuff. We have Stony Silence for Hammer Time. We have a couple of Turoks here for Blue-White Control. A couple of Kaya's Guiles, good against Graveyard decks. Also really good against Blue-Red Murktide. An additional Terminate, mostly a concession to Murktide Regent. A Chalice of the Void, which you want to be careful. Again, you'll notice we have a lot of 1-mana spells, so you don't want to ever Chalice on 1. Chalice is only here for the Cascade decks. 2 Engineered Explosives, really good against Hammer Time, really good against Crashing Footfalls, and then last but not least, a couple of Wear Tears to kind of help shore up the Hammer Time matchup. This deck is a ton of fun. I had so much fun, and I think that I had enough fun that I might try and work on this deck a little bit after. Again, we made a bunch of changes towards the end of the video, so be sure to check those out. But that's enough for me. Let's get into some games. Again, be sure to like the video, and I will see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. Round number 1, I got 2 lands. I got a Ragavan, I got a discard spell, I got a removal spell. This hand's dope. I'm playing against Lurrus, so we'll see how this goes. Let's see how much we miss the companion Lurrus. Okay. Okay, I am going to pass and upkeep the Bauble. I'll just bobble them now. I want to wait to kill the Ragavan on their turn, because I don't want them having a second Ragavan. I know they can drown the Fatal Push, which is kind of awkward, but then I can potentially play Arcanist. So I have to get, what, Godless Shrine here? Because I need black. Yeah. What's up, Zim? How you doing, buddy? What about adding Monastery Mentor? I feel like if I was going to add another 3-drop, it would probably be Seasoned Pyromancer. Like, I don't really think that Monastery Mentor would be ever better than Pyromancer in this deck. So, like, if you're going to go the route of not playing Lurrus, it's probably better to just play Seasoned Pyromancer. Alright. Depending on their hand, I don't know what they're going to take. My guess would be Arcanist, but really depends on what's in their hand. Standard Esper control deck, huh? Yeah, Unearth could be good. I think Unearth is better if you're playing Seasoned Pyromancer. Yeah, discarding flashback spells is good too. Okay, they did take the Arcanist, which is what we expected. So now I can just go... I guess I should bobble myself. So I kind of want to find a removal spell. They only have 2 cards left. I could shuffle that. But if they have nothing to do, they'll probably just pick up Lurrus, so I'll just draw it. I think drawing it's fine. Alright, so they have a land left. And again, if they blank, they're just going to pick up Lurrus, and I can go attack, discard your Lurrus, and then we're probably, you know, in good shape. So hopefully they just draw a land here to incentivize them to pick up Lurrus. Tuning in and love the title. Love you even more. Yeah, it's Red Horde Arcanist. When's the last time you saw somebody cast that in Modern? Yes! It's so good for me. Sponda! Sponda with the 10 months. Thank you so much for the 10 months of support. Really appreciate that. Alright, what did we hit? Didn't hit a spell. Alright, so let's Inquisition their Lurrus. Oh, they drew Ragavan, which is even better for me, because now I can just hold up Gate Command. And then we got Maxwell with the 2. Thank you for the 2, Maxwell. Appreciate all the support. So they're going to dash Ragavan. We're going to kill it, get back Dreadhorde Arcanist. Everything's going to be chilling. It's a really good sequence for us. Do they know about the Kolaghan's command? I don't remember. They do know about the Kolaghan's command. Okay, so they're not going to dash the Ragavan. That's fine. I'll just end of turn. Maybe I should have... I guess my issue with... If I make them discard... Okay. I was going to say, if I make them... Okay, well, now I can just discard with the trigger on the stack, right? They should have played the Ragavan first. So, return. Target player discards a card. I gotta fetch. Get back the Arcanist, make them discard Ragavan, hope they don't draw a land. Alright, so return, discard. And then I'll discard my land. It's up to Vinci. So we go to 7. This could be dicey. Attack. Holy Heat. I do have 4 card types. So let's go red, kill that. Play the Arcanist. No reason to hold the land, might as well just play it. Alright, we need to not draw a land here. Even though most spells are bad for us too. I was gonna say, Shadow is fine because we can just flash back the push. Okay, they've conceded from the game. That was cool. So, now I guess the question we have to ask ourselves. So Blood Moon is really good against Shadow. How do we want to configure our deck post-board? Do we want to do this? Is that worth it? Or is Blood Moon good enough to lose Companion Lurrus against them? Maybe it's like a play draw thing. Like you want to do the Companion Lurrus on the draw and then Blood Moon on the play. Did we get Faithless Sitting back? No, I wish though. Does that make sense? Like Blood Moon on the draw and then, or Lurrus on the draw, Blood Moon on the play. I think that makes sense, right? Guile's good, EE's good. I don't want to bring in Chalice because I have a lot of 1s. Terminate's good. I think that's it, right? I want to cut the discard spells, though. I guess my issue is if I cut the discard spells, I don't have enough stuff to keep in, right? I have to have 4 more cards. Is Voidwalker good? Maybe I do like 3 Inquisition and then the 3 Voidwalkers? How does that look? That's 62. Too many cards. Maybe 1 Voidwalker? This looks good, right? And then we'll do Blood Moon on the play, I think. Yeah, let's do that. I do like that you have the ability, because Blood Moon is your only 3 CMC permanent. I like that you have the ability to swap between Lurrus, you know? Like, there are going to be matchups where Blood Moon is more important than Lurrus, and you can do the Blood Moon thing. But in matchups like this, where I think Lurrus is more important, you have access to do that. So it's kind of cool, you know? It's definitely an interesting, interesting deck-building decision. Alright, they have a Channeler. Stream Decker down, hang on a sec. Alright, try it again. Drew a bubble. So they kept the card on top with their bauble. I want to see what card they kept on top. They kept the land on top. Do I push or do I Ragavan? I think I push. Then I can dash Ragavan next turn. So I'm just going to pass. Okay, interesting. Bolt the bird. It's not really a bird. I have a second Channeler. Alright, so if they attack, I'll EOT kill that untapped Channeler. They're fetching now. They're just gonna bolt me? Holy shit, that's aggressive. Wow, that is aggressive. Okay. And they get the card on top. And they don't even have Delirium. Alright, so I'll get to go push this, dash Ragavan, steal their top card. Oh, no, I didn't realize they didn't have a creature. I should have waited till end of combat. I took 2 damage I did not need to take. That was bad. But they keep on top. They kept the land on top. So now I just played this for 1 so they can't discard it. And I can blow up the Channeler next turn. Okay. So now I can just hold up the explosives, I think. Okay, they got a treasure. Hold up the explosives so they can't dash the Ragavan. Or I could play my Ragavan and then... Or I could pop it and then play my Ragavan. worse if they have a removal spell. I think I'm just going to pass. It's not an efficient use of my mana, because I kind of have to pop the explosives anyways. I don't want to just take 3 damage. But I should be at 11. I took 2 damage that I did not need to take. The way Modern now empties your hand in the first 2-3 turns. Well, my opponent also mulliganed to 5. So, you know, that doesn't... That's part of the reason why they have no cards in their hand. Alright, there's the Ragavan we knew about. So, I can cast my Ragavan and then hold up Kolaghan's Command, which I think I like. This isn't Jeskai Lotus Field? It is not. I don't think they know... No, they don't know about the Kolaghan's Command, right? No, I don't think so. They're going to end of turn drown. Alright, let's respond. Oh, where'd my basic go? Oh, they hit it with Ragavan. I was like, I thought I could get a basic here. Alright, let's get Godless Shrine. I'm gonna have to shock with this one, too. I'm at 6. It's a little dicey. So, you discard, kill your Ragavan. Couldn't you dash and then keep up E with treasure? Well, they weren't tapped out. What if they had a removal spell in hand? Like, if I go for that line, and they just have a removal spell in their hand, it's horrible for me. You know what I mean? Alright, this works out pretty well. So we can go dash this, attack, and then play the Kroxa. I'd rather just play the Kroxa. No, they conceded anyways. Well, that was pretty easy. I mean, it's one of those things where, like, my opponent mulliganed to 5 in a, you know, grindy Lurrus mirror, and that's just, like... when you mull to 5 in matchups like this, you might as well just concede on turn 0. 3 lands, 2 discard spells, Kolaghan's Command, and Holy Heat. This hand looks fine. Needs a threat, but I'm not going to mulligan this hand. Forest go. You think my opponent's a psychopath and has main deck Veil of Summer? I should put a poll in chat for main deck Veil of Summer. Alright, they did not have main deck Veil of Summer. I just take this, right? Their hand's awful, right? They can't cast any spells. I'll take that one. How many good 1-cost spells do you need to make Dreadhorde good? So lucky. I would say somewhere between, like, 8 and 10, I think would be my ideal number. Alright, so this is their 4-card hand. Let's get Perfect Information. It's a pretty good one on top. So I'm going to go Push Thoughtseize, or Heat Thoughtseize, I guess. No. What kills more stuff, Push or Heat? I really don't know. It's kind of the same, right? I guess Heat can hit Planeswalkers if that matters. Whatever, I'm Thoughtseizing them either way. So they have an Abundant Growth on top. How much do I care about this Blood Moon? I have black and red mana, so it would cut me off of casting, what, just Lingering Souls? And Flashback Kroxa. And Lurrus. But I can't really beat the Solitary Confinement, right? I think I just have to play through the Blood Moon. If I draw Ragavan, I just don't care about Blood Moon. And I can beat On Thin Ice by just dashing Ragavan if I draw it. I think this card's a lot harder for me to beat. You think Dreadhorde is playable now because there is more heats than bolts and pushes? Right, that's kind of the idea, right? Right, I have 1 swamp, but I don't have a 2nd swamp. So I can't play Kroxa. So I'm cut off of Kroxa, Lurrus, and Souls. Okay, they're choosing not to play Blood Moon. He drew a Sterling Grove. Okay, not bad. So we can take the Blood Moon. Play this, pass. We're still not in the best spot. So now they have this, which can find them anything. I mean, I guess the thing about Dreadhorde Arcanist versus Unholy Heat is it doesn't really, like, the decks that have Unholy Heat can definitely, like, get Delirium pretty fast, so it doesn't always dodge Heat, but if you're on the play and you have Arcanist, you can maybe dodge Heat for a turn, so, you know. I could Prismatic Ending this, but they're gonna sack this in response anyways, right? And also, what they might do is end of turn, tap this to put the Sithis on top. Yeah, I guess they're probably just gonna put the Blood Moon on top, right? Nah, because then we'd lose this. I don't think they're gonna cast the Blood Moon. They might. Yeah, they put the Sithis on top. Excellent. I guess they still have the Grove up, but I can go ending the Grove and then push the Sithis. Hmm. Should I Kolaghan's Command them? Trying to think. Well, if I draw land, I could just go ending this and then K command shock, make them discard. So I think I'm just going to untap. Any room open for Dono decks? It depends on what day of the week that you would like to go, because we have the next few weeks are booked out. So we can either do it Thursday if you want to wait until the first week of February, or if you have a different day during the week, I can also do that. It's totally up to you. But with how many Dono decks we have, I'm gonna have to start opening them up to other days, I think. Alright, let's get our planes. So lead on ending to force them to sack this, and then I can Kolaghan's Command. Doesn't matter what day. Okay, they got a present on top. So now we go discard, kill this. What we could do is, because I have another Dono deck set up for the 18th, which is I think next Tuesday. If you want to do it next Tuesday, we could just do 2 Dono decks on Tuesday, which would be a little bit better for my schedule, if that's cool with you. So we know about the Onthenice, which is kind of awkward. I guess I should have saved the Kolaghan's Command. Yeah, that might have been a mistake. I probably should have cast Push instead of Kolaghan's Command, because then I could have just got their, well, no, they would just discard it instead. It's not a bad draw. It's probably my best draw, right? Let's go... black, black. I'm just going to cast the Bauble, right? What you got? Sterling Grove on top. It's not good. Not great. They have another presence too. This one's slipping away. This matchup is not great. Matchup is definitely not great. I even have any outs. Okay. Land is not an out. I'll tell you that much. Aura Barbs. Each enchantment deals 2 damage to its controller, then each aura attached to a creature deals 2 damage to the creature it's attached to. Yeah, I think I'm allowed to concede. Alright, fine. I'll come up with the sideboard. You want to do that on Tuesday then, Rob? Thank you so much for the $20 donation. I will put you in the queue for Tuesday. So that's kind of cool. We'll do like 2 Dono decks on Tuesday, like regular day on Monday, 2 Dono decks on Tuesday, regular day on Wednesday, 2 Dono decks on Thursday. That's kind of a cool. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so we're playing against Enchantress. Explosives, Wear Tear. I think Turok is Dees. I don't know if I want Voidwalker. Stony bad. Blood Moon is atrocious. And if I'm cutting Blood Moon, I can Companion Lurrus. Chalice is, I think, bad. I think Terminate's bad. They're gonna bring in Rest in Peace, right? No, I didn't check it out. I'll check it out in between rounds. I don't want to check it out during this match. I'll check it out after, though. Cut the heats, right? Wonder if Kolaghan's Command's bad, too, because it's just too slow. Souls is kind of slow, too. Maybe I actually want to keep heat. And then bring in Voidwalker. Souls is too slow, right? How's that look? This looks like a decent setup. Play Faithless looting? Yeah. I guess the push is kind of random. Like, push and heat is a lot for just Sithis. I could cut the push for, like, a Kolaghan's Command, maybe? Let's do that. Alright, let's go. I think this looks good. This matchup seems atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. All sounds good. Is it good enough? I don't know, we'll see. Get Blood Crypt with this. They're playing Enchantress. These Rakdos Lurrus decks have always historically had a horrendous matchup against Enchantress. I mean, they have a lot of discard spells, but, you know, you gotta draw the discard spells. And you only have so many discard spells, and they have so many ways to draw cards. At least they don't have Anthonice. So, let's attack. Trigger. Should I just play my own Solitaire Confinement? The answer is no. The question is, should I kill their growth? That seems like kind of a spew, right? That's gotta be a spew. I'm just gonna play this and play this tapped. Last doing Changes Center FTF event was kind of shocked how good it was. Yeah. There are some decks that have a really hard time beating Enchantress. Alright, I think I want to upkeep the Wear Tear just for the Scry, because I really want to find a discard spell. It's Tear, right? So tear this. I want to graveyard that because I really want to find a discard spell now. There we go. I think I'm going to graveyard that. Because I already have one in my hand. Alright, Blood Moon I don't care about. Rest in Peace I think is probably the card I want to take. So, let's take Rest in Peace. Let's attack for 5. Hit a Sithis. Should we cast it? I think so. Now we can start drawing cards off of the cards we hit off of Ragavan. Kind of hope they just cast Blood Moon. We're going to cast Sithis. Oh, did they draw 1-drop? Okay, it's not an Anthonice. I was going to say, if they drew an Anthonice, it'd be really bad for me. Not an Anthonice, though. Okay. So they have Presence Blood Moon. So now I can go Channeler, ending this. Graveyard. At this point, I'm just looking for another Disenchant, and that should seal it up. Because their way out of this is just drawing Solitary Confinement. I mean, I'll draw a card. So we'll cast this. I'm going to stack the Surveil before draw, I think? No, I think I should do draw first. Graveyard. Graveyard. Alright, now we should be good because we have Solitary covered. How good is the enchantment deck? It's okay. Like, again, it has really polarized matchups, you know? Like, if you're going to play against Shadow all day, Shadow has a really hard time beating the setup of, like, the 1-mana enchantment removal spells plus Rest in Peace plus Solitary plus Blood Moon. Like, that recipe, that core of cards is really good against Shadow. Because Shadow doesn't play Ending, you know? But I think it kind of struggles a little bit against Prismatic Ending because, you know, the card, it just kills every permanent in your deck. So it's basically just Vindicate, you know? Oh, chat, do you see the problem with this hand? I think I have to keep it, because it has Discard Spell, Prismatic Ending. If I draw a black source, it has a threat too. I'm going to keep it, but it's obviously sketchy. Okay, good. Now I can bobble myself, right? What am I looking for? No, I think I'd actually rather bobble them for more information, because I don't know what I'm looking for. So they have a spinner on top. Greater Pyromancer, Sanctum Weaver, 2 Sterling Groves. They're drawing another 2-drop. I just take their mana producer, right? And then kill this. Just try to choke them on mana. Or I could take this and then kill this. It's the same thing, right? But I think the issue is, if I take Sithis and they lead on Pyromancer into Weaver, then I can't kill the Weaver, right? Is that better or worse for me, though? It's actually kind of close. Yeah, like I think it's safer to take the Weaver, but again, I don't know if they're going to play Sithis this turn. They might lead on either Grove or Pyromancer, you know? Yeah, see, that makes sense. I guess I could just ending this. Because if I don't ending now, they're just going to be able to... You know what I mean? So I think I have to ending this. Because I just won't be able to cast my ending if I don't cast it now. And then I can just double threat next turn, which I think is better. Yeah, I think I got an ending. Alright. So they have Spinner, Pyromancer, Sithis, 1 unknown. Alright, now we double threat. Might upkeep this Kolaghan's Command just to try and flip. Well, this is Delirium anyways, but just to surveil. Alright, there's the Pyromancer. So they have Spinner, Sithis, 1 unknown. Yeah. No, because I could just draw a discard spell, right? I guess the issue is they're just going to sack... I don't know what they're going to get here. Like, I'm going to cast the Kolaghan's Command anyways. Because I need to get Delirium to try and speed up the clock. Oh. That's a really good one. That is a really good one. And they don't know about that one either. So they discarded the Spinner. I'm not going to cast the Spinner. I'll just attack for 6. So they go to 12. 2-turn clock. They didn't sack the Grove. Okay. So now land is basically just game over. Killed the Channeler. Oh, now my Voidwalker would die. But they only have 1 card left. They can also just sack the Grove. What if I save the explosives? Man, this is tough, right? I could sack the Voidwalker. I could sack the Voidwalker, play the Spit, target the Spinner, EE for 2, pop it, and then play the Spinner. What do they grow for? On 4 lands? I don't know, probably like Blood Moon or something? Yeah, what would they get with the Spinner if I blew up all of their stuff? Or what would they get with this? I don't know. Because they have no cards in hand, they can't really grow for an Enchantress, right? Yeah, but they don't have cards in hand. Is that bad for me? I don't think so. I mean, waiting is also bad, right? Like, if I wait and they get an Enchantress, they get a free trigger off of this. So I think it's better to do this. I think so. Right? Like, I think I have to do this anyways. I didn't have to sack my land because they had the Yavimaya, but... And I have to do it now because I need to play the spinner. I want to play the spinner, I should say. Let's see what they get. You know, it's funny. I can actually activate the I can activate the spinner because they have Yavimaya. They F6'd. Okay. Shout out to the Destiny spinner. What does it do? Comes an XX elemental with trample and haste, where X is the number of enchantments you control. I can make a 1/1. They got presents, but they F6'd. Well, now I just pick up Lurrus, right? Picking up Lurrus has got to be better than attacking for 1. And then we can hold up this if they have Blood Moon. So we can get a Plains. There's the presents. I'm going to thin my deck. I want to get the Plains anyways because I want to play around Blood Moon. Might as well thin my deck. Kroxa. Okay. Interesting. So I can go Kroxa, Lurrus, Bauble? Or I can go Lurrus, Voidwalker. I think Kroxa, Lurrus, Bauble is better, right? I guess I should attack first. I think I like Kroxa, Lurrus, Bauble. I like Voidwalker? The thing about Voidwalker is it doesn't present lethal, right? But it does put more power into play. It's like a little bit better if they have a removal spell for the Lurrus. Yeah, that's a good point. Like the fact that it puts more power into play if they kill the Lurrus. Maybe that is better, yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll buy that. No, you're right. I think I'll buy that. I think I like that. I think this makes more sense. It just puts more power into play. Now I can double Kroxa next turn. Okay. Yeah, the Plains is super awkward. The Plains makes this really awkward. I mean, I think it was right to fetch the Plains. I could have saved the fetch, but... Okay, well, that's fine, because we got our value out of Lurrus. And they're at 8. Well, if they play a spell and they only have lands left, then we can kill them, right? Okay. Attack you for 2. Kroxa their last card, play Arcanist. There's a Solitary Confinement. That's a good one to hit. Let's see what they drew. They drew a spell. What is it? Please brick. Please brick. All right, they brick there. Need them to brick pretty hard, though. All right, you know what time it is, chat. I guess I should fire up the Godless Shrine. All right, it's time to go beatdowns. Did not think that I'd be activating Destiny Spinner with my Mardu deck, but here we are. Okay, go. Dude, if I win this game by having an extra creature with Destiny Spinner, my goodness. Alright, there's a Sithis. I should not F6, because I can kill the Sithis with this trigger on the stack. Sithis dead, so they gain 1 life, they go to 3, but we have 4 power. They currently can't play Solitary, right? Green mana. Okay. I guess if they draw a removal spell for the Destiny Spinner, my clock is... Yeah, my clock gets really, really decreased. Mardu Destiny Spinner, yeah. Okay. Okay. Hold. Hold, please. Hold, please. Please hold. This has been a sick game. Please hold. Are we hold? Did we hold? Hold? No, we didn't hold. I don't want to look. I don't want to look, chat. I don't want to look. Is this prismatic ending? Oh, no! Oh, no! And they have 6 cards? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, we're probably dead. Probably dead. Well, we tried. We don't have bolts in our deck. We done tried. At least I can kill that. I don't know if it matters, though. I think we might be in garbage time. Is that just lethal? I think that's just lethal, right? 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Yeah, it's just lethal. They have enough mana? Yeah, they have enough mana. Exactly dead. And... I mean, we got pretty close, you know? Opponent's got a Lurrus. Baubles, Ending Heat. Fine with this. Scalding Tarn. DRC. Looks like Grixis. Grixis again. Classic Modern. Alright, let's start with bobbling myself. DRC, huh? I don't want that DRC. So I think what I'm going to do is go Bloodstained Mire, draw off of the Bauble, and then still on their upkeep kill the Channeler. I think I like that. So draw off the Bauble, and then still on their upkeep kill the Channeler. And I didn't cast the other Bauble because I knew I was drawing the Channeler. Didn't get to attack with Blocker and Crook, so would have made them lose 3 life. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Well, not guaranteed, right? Because I think they had a spell in their hand to discard. Like, I think at the time that I could have cast Croak, so they had 2 cards in hand. So it wasn't guaranteed they would have discarded a land. No, no Jund Saga. I don't like that deck very much. Thank God they can't play that Pyromancer. Thank God they cannot play that Pyromancer. I mean, now they just take Darcy, right? I think they were hellbent. I thought they had a card in hand. At least one. I could have sworn they had at least 1 card in hand. I have to go back and watch it. I don't remember. Alright, they did take Darcy. I'm gonna bauble myself now. Mono Prismatic Ending against Ragavan, huh? Still think it's a decent draw. Maybe it's not, though. I don't know if this is good, but I'm gonna draw it. And also, they don't know that I kept the Prismatic Ending, so they might be less incentivized to go for Ragavan. Just kidding. Just kidding. Found your Twitch and YouTube channel while browsing tips for regarding rhinos. Really enjoying your content. Well, thank you, Rito. Appreciate the kind words. Welcome, welcome. Wow, just resolved? Deal. How many cards is this one Lingering Souls going to trade for? That's why I love this deck against Shadow. Lingering Souls is so absurd against Shadow. Huh? What the heck is that doing in there? I guess they're playing Iteration, or, Prismatic Ending? I don't know if I can get behind putting a Triumph in the Shadow deck, though. It's pretty bad, right? So, like, imagine this ever being in your opening hand. It's gotta be so bad, right? Could not be Death Shadow? Maybe. I don't know, they were kind of fetching aggressively, right? At least they didn't shock really when they didn't have to, right? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's not Shadow. Well, that might elicit a concession. Your turn. Good luck beating that game one. Good luck beating that game one. That was a good draw step. We take those. We do, in fact, take those. Incoming Thundermaw Hellkite. They revealed Lurrus, man. They can't Hellkite us. They literally revealed Lurrus. That's not a legal maneuver. What's this? Alright, so they go to 1. I mean, they can't possibly win this game, right? They're just in garbage time. I don't know, maybe they have main deck explosives. It's kind of funny if they... So we know they have Lurrus in hand. If their last card is also a land, they have to discard the Lurrus. Alright, well. Go. Song is in top left. If you ever want to know what the song is, you can look in the top left-hand corner of your screen, or you could type !song, and MTG bots should be able to pick up what song it is. I say should, because it doesn't always get the song. Stream Decker bot's down again. I haven't seen that one before. Just kidding. I apologize, I have to refresh Stream Decker bot. Give me 1 second, and the deck command should be working. Alright, try the deck command one more time. Also, what's my record? I'm not going to answer that question. Alright, so I think I'm going to do the Cut the Blood Moon Companion Lurrus again. And I'm going to bring in Dothy, Explosives, Terminate Kaisgael, Cut the Thoughtseizes. What did we do the last time? 2 Voidwalkers. Does that look good? Yeah, it looks good. Let's do that. Alright, we juked him. Sounds really good. I'm gonna keep it. I like this deck. I mean, I just enjoy casting this card. I know that we're in the year 2022 and it's probably not good anymore, but boy, does it feel good to cast this card. I lost to Enchantress, which is typically not a good matchup for decks like this, so not surprised. Lingering Souls blocks Murktide, yeah. It also blocks Death Shadow very, very well. Me and my opponent just exchanging some pleasantries. Telling my opponent that I lost to Enchantress, because this is actually their deck. This is a person that 5-0'd with this deck that I copied. What am I doing on 1? Am I playing Channeler or Ragavan? I think I'm playing Channeler Bauble. So let's go Blood Crypt, Channeler, Booble. I guess I'll Graveyard that so I have a spell to play next turn. Give me some value off of the thing. And then stop on their upkeep. Bobble them on upkeep. Binning a Lingering Souls off a Channeler is pretty dope. Alright, they're going to upkeep the Heat. I'm going to wait till the Surveil trigger, because if they keep a card, I wanted to see what they kept. But alright, drawn on top. Is LS good in the meta? I mean, it's really good against Shadow, really good against Murktide, so there are definitely matchups where it's good, you know? Alright, let's just Souls this turn, I think. Wonder if the 4-color matchup is actually good with this. Potentially. I mean, how good is Souls against the 4-color deck? It's okay, right? It's not too bad. Okay, so we know they have Drown. So maybe just lead on Channeler. See if they want to counter that. I guess I could have just played Souls here. Because I don't really care if they drown the Souls. And they're almost going to drown whatever I play, right? Okay, they have instant creature land. Do I dash? I think I dash here. I think I'm down with the trade. I'm going to leave one token back, I think, in case they have Ragavan. I assume they're taking this trade. They didn't take the trade. Wow. Alright, go. I'm okay with that. But Fury? What about Fury? Oh, Lingering Souls? Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like Fury killing 4 Souls tokens seems bad, but it's a 1-for-1, right? It's like you played one card, you played and flashback the Lingering Souls. So, like, it's a 1-for-1 trade, which is, you know, it looks bad, but I don't think it's that bad in the grand scheme of things. Is it possibly going to link for your Rhino deck? Which Rhino deck are you looking for? There's a couple different ones. I think I'm just going to play in Flashback Souls this turn. Oh, yeah, I guess they have a Fury left over. Sure. It's a good point. Yeah, so it's not like a true 2-for-1. I see what you're saying, yeah. The Bloodmoon one, it should be available on the Stream Decker if you do !decks plural. And there should be one of the links there should say like Teamer Rhino's main deck Bloodmoon. Do I even want to flashback into an Explosives? What if I just like cast this Ragavan? Yeah, I think this is better. I don't want to play into Explosives, I think. Okay. Anytime, Madman, I got you. They bin to Mire. I only have one card in hands. We're chilling, right? I think we're chilling. They can Lurrus me, but I have Kaya's Gal to exile their graveyard. Dude, Eldrazi Rhinos is so much fun. I want to play that deck again. Did y'all like the Eldrazi Rhinos deck? I thought that deck was sick. So now I can just go ending, pick up Lurrus. Got punished for not playing my land first. Forgot about Snapcaster Mage. I should have played my land first. Because I could have just annihilated them. Get their graveyard. Oh well. It's fine, they have no cards. We're totally fine here. They bin to Ragavan. So now we just attack Flashback Souls because they have no cards. Even if they draw an Explosives, it's not that bad for us. Yeah, if they're like pitch casting the Fury to kill the Souls, it's not too bad for you, but... Alright, they drew a land for the Lurrus. Are they not going to play the Lurrus? I'm not going to block the snap because they can get the snap back with Lurrus. They're not playing the Lurrus. Wow, okay. Alright. Wonder what they're waiting for. I mean, I guess I'm just going to attack for 6 and kick a Kaya's Gal, right? think I'm going to kick the Kai'Scowl main phase so they can't draw it because we know their last card. Yeah, I just want to do it main phase. I'm going to get a Blood Crypt in case I draw Kroxa, so I can just play and flash it back. I don't want them drawing Drawn in the lock, though. Go. So they have Lurrus in hand, no cards in their graveyard. They basically have to draw explosives. They drew a black card. What's this? Lurrus? Okay. Inquisition. What if Kai'Scowl before attack? Why does it matter? Why would it have mattered if I Kai'Scowl before attack? Like, I just don't know what's the difference. Because they couldn't block anyways, right? Round number, what's this, round 4? We're 2-1. We're kicking it, we're killing it with Mardu. This hand's dope. We'll see if this is a Blood Moon matchup. It's kind of funny, we have not really found a good Blood Moon matchup so far, so... I lost to Enchantress. Yeah, Dreadhorde Arcanist and Young Pyromancer. The good news is there's old border versions of both of them, so if you're a true boomer like me, you get to play with the correct versions of those cards. This one will probably go to YouTube. This deck's feeling good, I like it. And the matches are quick. So it's not, I don't have to do much editing. It's really, really nice when the matches are quick, because I don't have as much editing to do. So. I really appreciate the brisk pace of play. This is not a donor deck. This is, I just copied some 5-0 decks. Basically, what I've been doing is I haven't really had a ton of time during the day to, like, research and look up decks that I want to play or, like, create decks. So I've kind of just been skimming the 5-0 dump, trying to find, like, the sweetest decks. And that's what we have tonight. Has Arcanist ever come up? No. The one time I drew Arcanist, my opponent had a Rest in Peace, so has not come up yet. I want it to. They've been to Borrowers. They're playing Is It Murktide? So I can go Pyromancer, Thoughtseize. I don't want to Blood Moon them. So let's just get a basic. Pyromancer, Thoughtseize. This is a sick hand. Jesus. This hand is gross. Sure, I've been asked this before as a Modern Guru, but what do you think about MH1 and MH2 net positive for Modern as a whole? I don't know. I think, like, the top percentile of MH2 is kind of tough. But I think as a whole, like, overall, the sets had a decent impact, but you look at, like, MH1 had Hogak, which was an absolute disaster. Astrolabe, absolute disaster. So there's, like, problems in both sets as terms of, like, the top percentile of best cards. But outside of that, I think overall, they've both been incredibly impactful on the format, and I think I like Modern a little bit more with the Horizon sets. If you just, like, get rid of, the top 2 percentile of the best cards. What's up, Heretic? Alright, so playing against Murktide. I want Terminate. I want Kai'Scowl. Definitely don't want Blood Moon, so I'm going to Companion Lurrus. Yeah, see, we've done this every game. I think every match we've cut the Blood Moons and Companion Lurrus, because we just haven't found a good Blood Moon matchup yet. Is this all I'm doing against Murktide? I don't think I like Explosives. Chalice is only for Cascade, because you have too many ones. You can't bring in Chalice on one. Wear Tear is bad. Voidwalker's, like, kind of okay. I think this looks good, though, right? How do we feel about Voidwalker against Murktide? I think it's not great. I think I'm just going to submit this. Can I play the 4-color Lutri deck? Somebody actually sent me that in the Discord. Did somebody actually 5-0 with Lutri? I really hope that gets posted. You did your first league yesterday? How'd it go? Hot Take Uro was worse for Modern than either... Well, yeah, for sure. Uro Oko. I agree with that statement. Can we keep 5-land Prismatic Ending Lingering Souls? I don't think so. This is much better. I tend to actually like keeping both Ragavans in hands like this, because if they kill the first one, I have the second one to follow up. I think I'm actually going to put back a land. I guess I should put back the swamp and fetch the swamp with Bloodstained Mire for delirium purposes. Mullins is 15-0. Wait, really? It's 15-0 with Lutri? Are you serious? You're trolling me, right? That can't be true. It's 15-0? What? That's insane. How do you know? Did he like post it on Twitter? I assume you're talking about Colin's Mullen, right? Okay. Yeah, it's on Twitter. Tech is correct, huh? Is it really that good? I thought Lucher was a meme. I know, I'll check his Twitter after this. I thought Lucher was a meme. Is it actually not a meme? Confirmed not a meme? Alright, they drew a land, so now they can counterspell my Ragavan. Are they going to dash? I don't know if they should dash. I feel like they should hold up counterspell here, but... Well, of course it has one monkey, right? You can send a link, I don't mind. You can post it in chat. If you have a link, that'd be easier for me, so... I took the Unholy Heat last turn. I think it made the most sense. I think taking Ragavan is reasonable, but I have the Heat, so like I'll take a Ragavan hit, trade for Ragavan hit, and then I can hold up Heat next turn. Like, I'm giving them a mana this way, but I think it was worth it. Should you open treasures? I would recommend it. I would recommend opening chests until you have a play point balance that is enough to, like, satisfy your, your bankroll, kind of. Like, use your play points as your bankroll and sell tickets. So, like, open chests, sell the cards you open in chest, and then sell the tickets for money. That's the list. 4-color Lutri, man. Jeez. Those of you wondering, this is the deck list. Lutri, Channeler, Ragavan. Wow. Apparently somebody is 15-0 with Lutri with this deck list. We might have to jam this. Might have to jam that at some point. How's the mana been? It's been fine. So we know this is their hand, right? So I'm free to dash Ragavan. So let's do that. Okay, the Heat, which I could cast, but I'm obviously not going to. Just tag me on Twitter. Oh, I got you. Okay. Casting Expressive. Yeah, see, that was the issue with not taking it Expressive, is now I have to fight through 3 of them. But, like, is there really a point in taking iteration when they have 3 of them? You know? It's like, what's the point of that? I was wondering if an Urborg would be worth it. I mean, it came up once with the Plains, where we couldn't cast and flashback Croxa, but I didn't actually draw the Croxa, so it was fine. I don't know what you'd cut for an Urborg, though. It could be relevant. I haven't really felt that I needed it that much, but I could see it. So they exiled Darcy. Did they not hit a land? Okay, that's really good for us. So I have sorcery creature. This is going to be land. I'm not going to cast the Terminate end of turn. I'm just going to take my draw step. I only have 3 types. Oh, that's an interesting draw step. So I can just do it all right. Terminate this, dash Ragavan, use the treasure, play Arcanist because I have 6 mana. So let's go terminate this. This can get a basic, right? Dash Ragavan. And then use the treasure to play Arcanist. The sick thing about Arcanist is it also gets to block their Ragavan. Alright, get a treasure. What do we got? Alright, let's see if Arcanist is going to come up. And now I have Delirium for Heat, which is dope, because I was missing an instant, that's why I had to terminate the Channeler. But now I have Delirium, so it's good. I mean, that may just iteration into Heat, but, you know. How is someone ever 15-0ing with that? I don't know. Yeah, I guess, like, the fact that the overall power level in Modern is so high that it's like, even if every card in your deck is a one-of, if every card in your deck is a banger, it doesn't matter. It's like, all of your cards are super powerful. So it doesn't really matter that they're all one-ofs if they're all insane cards. Right? I guess that's the idea, that's the concept. It kind of makes sense. And it's like, you know, he was playing all the busted cards. DRC, Ragavan, all that stuff. Yeah, it's legit just all bangers. Alright, so they did find a Heat. So they have Ragavan, Iteration, Counterspell, X. Gotta find a spell here. It's not a spell. We do get to dash and hold up... we get to dash, pick up Lurrus, and hold up Heat, so... It's not the worst. It's not the best, but... Yeah, Steam Vents. I don't want to have to shock, so I'm just going to do it this way. I mean, obviously, if they dash the Ragavan, then I'll shock, but... I can't imagine they're going to dash Ragavan when they know we have Lurrus and they have a counterspell, so... Yeah, how are you supposed to play against a Lutri deck? You just never know what your opponent has. This is all one-ups. It's so sick. Alright, they're casting Iteration. Could get punished if they don't find a land to hold up Counterspell. Co-stream cooking. I have to wait till I get ready to place. I want to move, but I don't know where I'm going. I need to find a place first, obviously. We're going to cast a Murktide? That's not great. Get some Fat Clouds for Corey. Bang. Yeah, we can't heat that, unfortunately. It's an 8/8. And they have Counterspell, Ragavan, 4 unknowns. I feel like this is not going well. Need to find a Terminate. Terminate or a... not Martial Arts. Just dump my hand, right? Go Lurrus, Arcanist, Ragavan. Got nothing else to do, right? I can get a basic. Yeah, I can get a basic. Can we get that Terminate back? Yeah. Suicide the Ragavan at Heat. So, attack with Ragavan. Well, the problem with that line is I don't get to play Lurrus and a spell, so do I just want to run out the Lurrus and hope they don't have another Heat? I think I like that line. I don't know if I'm supposed to run out the Lurrus, though. Because they kind of have to block. I mean, maybe they just don't block. But it's awkward if they do block, right? Because then do I just play the Lurrus naked? Maybe. No way they have Force of Negation, right? Against my Thoughtseize deck. So they have 6 cards. We know they have Ragavan Counterspell. And they've gone through 3 Heats and a Bolt. Maybe I just run it out there. Because we know they have Counterspell. And they've already gone through 3 Heats and a Bolt. I think just running it out there is fine. Like, I think it's better to play around the card we know is in their hand. It's really close, though. Right, exactly. It's like, we know they have Counterspell. It's the only turn that I can play Lurrus. Well, resolve Lurrus. It definitely sucks that they have a red card, but okay, just the fourth iteration. We didn't know about that one, right? Yeah. Well, it's probably gonna find a red card. That sucks. I found a channeler. Okay, that could be good for us because that means they might not be killing my Lurrus. Okay, no land. No land? Pawns Champ? Serum Visions, okay. Having played a few games now, do you think Bedlam Reveler has a shot at getting back in this list? The thing about Bedlam Reveler is... so I've played... This is match number 4. I've boarded out the Blood Moon and revealed... basically, like, the Game 1 configuration has 2 main deck Blood Moon and a main deck Lurrus. Every single match I've played, I've boarded out the Blood Moons and the Lurrus to companion it. So I think this should just be a Lurrus companion deck. And just sideboard, maybe you sideboard the Blood Moons, and when you play against like Amulet or Tron or something, you just bring in the Blood Moons and don't reveal the Lurrus. I don't think Reveler's that good. I can't really afford to offer the trade, so let's just play Arcanist, and then just... I'm just going to hold my land. Yeah, I don't think Reveler's that good, to be honest. Yeah, they could also have 2 counter spells, yeah. Yeah, when's the last time that Bedlam Reveler was playable? Kind of sad. Can I link the Lutri deck? I sure can. I still got it up. Seven cards versus 1 land, yeah. I said it's not looking good. We're probably going to game 3. I mean, the good news is they've gone through all 4 of their iterations, so they can't draw an iteration. They literally don't have any more to draw, so. Is it Reveler just a bad Ox? Yeah, that's probably true too. Okay, they're casting Murktide. 2, 3, 4. The 7/7. Alright, we need to find a way to deal a point of damage to their Murktide Regent. So I can flashback Heat and kill it. Well, I guess what I can do is actually I can go dash Ragavan, attack with everything, and heat the Murktide. And then if they block any of my creatures, it's the trade, right? No, because they can counterspell the heat. Huh. Well, that was a good draw. I think what I want to do... I think I'm going to bait the counterspell. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and bait this counterspell. So I'm going to dash Ragavan. And then I'm going to attack with everything and target the heat. Yeah, I think they're going to counterspell the heat. If they counterspell this heat, they get annihilated. And I think they're going to counterspell the heat. This is a sick line. I could Inquisition to take their counterspell, but it's really bad if they have 2 counterspells. So I think this line is better against the counterspell. Because I think they counter the heat. And if they don't, then it's not that bad, right? Oh my god. This is a beating. This is an absolute beating. If they counter this. They're going to, right? I mean, I assume they are. Yep. Maybe we're taking the 2 Blood Moons main deck too. Yeah, that's what we were talking about, Blablor. Because I've been boarding out the Blood Moons every game, like every match. So maybe it's just that Blood Moon is not that good right now. I don't know. It really depends on like what decks you expect to play against. Because there are matchups where Blood Moon is really good. But I think there's more matchups where Blood Moon is bad than it's good, and I think you should just sideboard the Blood Moons. And just be a companion Lurrus deck game 1. You know? I think that makes more sense. How sick was that turn, though? We just baited the counterspell, and just destroyed them with Terminate. That was a good turn. Let the Mardu add the Jeskai, yeah. Yeah, you can play Voidwalker main deck, too, if you're going to do the companion Lurrus stuff. Yeah, I can't believe I hit a land with the Ragavan, come on. Alright, consider Bin Bauble, draw card. We only know about Ragavan, and they have 6 unknown cards. Cool thing is they have to attack with Channeler, and they've already gone through 2 Murktides. I mean, if they find a 3rd Murktide, then maybe this gets dicey, but... You know what I kind of wish? I wish there was a way to pump my Arcanist, so I could Flashback Terminate. Is there a good way, like a... What's the best way to pump Arcanist? That's, like, not an embarrassing card to play. You know? Probably have an awful time against Tron without Moon. Right, you would sideboard the Blood Moons, though, in that case. Was it Claim to Fame? I mean, I said not embarrassing, right? Isn't Claim to Fame embarrassing? Is there a 1-mana red cantrip that pumps? I think so. That kills them, right? Yeah, that kills them. Easy. I guess I should... No, because I lose Delirium. I almost messed that up. If I dash the Ragavan from the graveyard, I lose Delirium. Don't want to do that. Definitely don't want to do that. I guess even if I lost Delirium, it wouldn't matter, because this thing already has 6 damage on it, but... Ancestral Anger? Maybe that's the one? There's got to be something, though, right? There's got to be something better than this. We're 3-1. I mean... I haven't... yeah. Don't do this at home. Do as I say, not as I do. For those of you watching on YouTube, do as I say, not as I do. Don't keep this hand. Even if chat tells you to keep this hand, don't keep this hand. Yeah, I mean, I like everything else about the deck. I would just sideboard the Blood Moons and Companion Lurrus. Everything else is great, you know? If it was a Rakdos land you would keep, I mean, I have 2 Inquisitions. Prismatic Command on top. Are they playing Rhinos? Rhinos Pause Champ? They are. Okay. I'll take a Shardless. So this is their hand. How good is the Rhinos matchup? Feels not great. Do it for the gram? Yeah. Are there no charms in these colors that have a pump option? Boros Charm does not pump. Orzhov Charm does not pump. And what's the other one? I didn't draw land. What's the other charm in these colors? Orzhov, Boros, Rakdos? Rakdos Charm doesn't pump. Yeah, none of them pump. I think they're going to force this one. I would force Pitch Command, I think. I think I would force Pitch Command. It's pretty close. No, it's not close. I would just force Pitch Command. They don't know that I don't have a land, obviously, but... Yeah, matchup feels better if we draw Red Source here, exactly. What sideboard? We have a Chalice and 2 Explosives against Rhinos. Voidwalker's good against Rhinos, too, so we get some sideboard cards. Alright, they drew a Footfalls. So they have 4 Shardless as their last 2 cards. So I have to play Kroxa. They discard land and hope they brick on land. I think I have to play Kroxa to win this game. Like, Pyromancer's not going to beat Shardless Agent, so... Funeral Charm, huh? +2/-1, discard a card, Swamp Walk? Is that better than, like, Ancestral Anger or something? How bad is Reckless Charge? It's pretty bad, right? The thing about Reckless Charge is you can cast Kaya's Guile off of Arcanist if you Reckless Charge. That's got to be too bad, though, right? It's got to be too bad. Defiant Strike? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like the same thing as Ancestral Anger, right? Alright, they have an island on top. So we're going to get Shardless. Being able to flashback terminate would have been great last game. I agree with you. I agree with you. But, like, you can't put an embarrassing card in your deck just to try and flashback terminate, you know what I mean? It's like, it's, you know. How do I possibly win this game? I don't really know. I need to get this Croaks into play somehow. They're at 13. So play Pyromancer, take 10. I think I have to terminate here, and I kind of want to terminate now while they're tapped out. The thing is, they just have this, though. It's not great. Yes, if you have a Dothy Voidwalker in play and they cast a Crashing Footfalls, you can sack your Voidwalker to cast their Footfalls for free. Right, but the problem is I'm going to kill 2 Rhinos and they're just going to make more Rhinos. That's the issue. I think without this, we'd be okay, but they just have more Rhinos, you know. That's also super awkward, because now I can't Pyromancer plus Ending. So I have to choose between Pyromancer or Ending. They're at 13. I think I have to Ending. And I have to get a Shock Land to try and flashback the Croaks, I think. Which means I have to get Godless Shrine. Because I think I need to play towards this Croxa. I mean, it kills Shardless, but it doesn't do anything else. Yeah, without the suspended footfalls, this would be a little bit better, but we go to 6. I mean, if we draw a red source, I think... No, we're just dead on board, right? Because we have to attack with the Channeler. Block a Rhino, take 6. Yeah, so I don't think we have any outs now. He's the bad guy Rhino Hunter? Yeah. I didn't draw land anyways. Do I have outs? Lurrus, Bobble, trade, go to 9. Yeah, I guess I'm not dead, right? Lurrus, Bobble, trade here, go to 9, take 8, go to 1 if they have nothing. So if they have literally no spells, then we can win. Problem is they didn't play a land last turn, so they have 2 spells. Dead to any spell. Any spell. Well, not dead to that spell, I guess. No, they exiled the Prismari. This was exiled to the Force. Okay, they didn't cast a spell end step. Hold. 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 Chat, I need you to hold. Still don't know. Oh, we know they have Force, though. I was going to say, if they only had lands in hand, we could Croaks at them, but we know they have Force. Ah, so close. Maybe they'll misclick. No, Mountain doesn't win, because we know they have a Force in hand. Like, we know they have at least 1 spell. This game, honestly, was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, though. Right? I thought we were just super dead, but... This game was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Why Dimir Food vanish from the meta isn't even among the top 30 on Goldfish? It's just not that good right now. Yeah, GG's. Okay, playing against Rhinos. Explosives Chalice coming in. Wear Terror, no. Blood Moon, bad. Companion Lurrus. Stony, no. Voidwalker, yes. I don't like the 1-for-1 removal against him. Like, I think Terminate is trash. Ending is, like, kind of okay because it's mana efficient. Like, Ending and Push are fine. I'm not really a big fan of Heat either. Lingering Soul's also kind of bad. Same with Kolaghan's Commands. Maybe I have to keep in some of this removal, like keep in the Heats. Is Turok good against them? Maybe I just want Terminate, as bad as it is. Got a song request from Waterfalls. What you got for me? Alright, let's see if I can find this one on Spotify. Alright, in the queue. It'll play after the song. 2-mana gain 4? Yeah, that's kind of what Terminate is, right? I guess it's okay. It's like, it's better than these other options, right? These cards are all just bad. Maybe like 1 Kolaghan's Command, 1 Kaya's Guile, 1 Turok. I think I'm going to play like 1 Kaya's Guile. I don't know, they're all bad. I think Turok is especially bad. The thing about Turok is you have to pay 4 mana for it to do anything, and even if you get 2 counters on it, it still just trades for a Rhino. You know? We get a song request from Vinny, too. Alright, let's see if I can throw that one in the queue. Alright, in the queue, Vinny. Also, how you doing, buddy? How you living, Vinny? Alright, I think I have to keep a hand that has Ragavan explosives. I'm going to lead on, I think, Sacred Foundry? Yeah, Sacred Foundry makes the most sense. This hand is really good. Well, I don't know if it's really good, because, like, these cards are just not that good in your opening hand. This part of the hand is good. This part of the hand, not so good. I'm chilling. I'm enjoying the new job. I'm a little bit blown away at some of the stuff. Some of the stuff that I'm learning is really difficult. But you know, it's a learning process, as it always is. I'm doing good. Doing good. I forgot to move this. Oh no! Moto's lagging. Moto, why you lagging? Moto! There we go. Alright, let's go Sacred Foundry. Lurrus plus explosive has to be good enough. Copium. It sounds like Copium. Yeah, I got you in the queue, Waterfalls. After this. I'm gonna play it for the song. Alright, Ragavan connected. That's good. Oh. Well, hello there. Okay, we'll cast that one. I will cast that one. I think I'm going to discard Heat Ragavan. I guess it's kind of awkward because the tokens are just going to get blown up by the explosives, but that's a pretty good one to hit, huh? Do I have a Lucher League in me? Well, I want to play this other deck that I saw after this. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know if I have time for 3 leagues, but yeah, Spyro's good. Again, it's just awkward with the explosives because I'm like incentivized to put the I have to put the explosives on 0, so it's a little awkward, but okay. So I can go EE for 0 and heat the agent, attack for 4. Should I Inquis... Oh, man. The problem is if I Inquisition them, I can't heat the Shardless agent. How bad is it if they force my explosives? I don't think they would keep in force against my Thoughtseize deck. I know I wouldn't. Alright, cool. Kind of sucks if they have a second Rhino, but I can Inquisition it post-combat, so this has to be the line. Again, I don't think I should play around forests. Like, I don't think they would ever keep in force negation against the Thoughtseize deck. Like, I know I wouldn't, but so they have Fury Breeding Pool. Yeah, Fury's going to be a little tough to beat. We at least get one more hit in, so. Okay, good draw. I want to Thoughtseize them pre-combat in case they drew Violent Outburst. I don't want to just shove my team into Violent Outburst. Alright, good draw. Let's see if we hit. We can always pick up Lurrus if we miss. They're at 8. Endurance, which I can't cast, so we'll just pick up Lurrus. It's a good setup. Heat, attack, then I okay. All right, that went according to plan. So let's do that again. All I'm gonna say is I hope you like my what. Wait for me and Ellis list we're coming up with. I mean, zombies aren't that bad, right? Like, how bad are we talking, Vinny? You know? Saga getting Shadow Spirit and Pop Arcanist? Oof. Now that's kind of 5-ed. I actually like the sound of that. I don't know how it would work out in practice, but... Alright, game 3 against Teamer Footfalls. Opponent kept 7. This hand's too bad, right? I have 2 Arcanist, which is bad to begin with. I have no discard spell, no white mana. This hand's just bad. Well, this hand's a lot worse, so I gotta go to 5. Alright, we had a good run. Had a good run. We tried. This matchup is probably not very good. I think we got super lucky. Oh. Oh. So you're saying there's a chance? So you're saying there is perhaps a chance. Is that what you're saying? I'm not going to play the Chalice this turn. I'm going to wait to try and find the Thoughtseize. I have to play it next turn, but... Alright, Bobble. I feel like they're going to borrow me. There's nothing I can do about it, but... I can't not play the Chalice. You know, I know you're better than me at MTGO. You played a Bobble before you played a Chalice, yeah. That's the tough part about playing Bobble and Chalice together. Gotta make sure you Bobble before your Chalice. No, they have Borrower. I'm sad. Okay. Dead gone. Still gonna go Borrower, untap Shardless. Oh! Okay, okay, that's beatable. That's beatable. I can beat a 4-3, I think. Maybe. I can maybe beat a 4-3. Okay, 4-3 I accept. Only have 2 card types, so I can't heat it yet. Oh. Okay, so I can go... No, I still don't have Delirium, right? I'm trying to think if this should just be a Lurrus turn or a Voidwalker turn. They're at 14. I almost want to play the Voidwalker because I can erase them, maybe. I mean, I guess I could Ending too. Yeah, I mean, that's another line too. I didn't think about that one. I kind of want to play the Voidwalker. But playing the Voidwalker is bad if they have, like, Prismark Min or a second Bone Crusher. Maybe I should just Ending. Yeah, honestly. Alright, I'll buy it. I'll buy it. It's a fine play. I was thinking that I wanted to, like, save... Like, I wanted to wait to try and kill... Oh. Well, that's not good. Shit. Did not know that they were going to keep that one in. It's awkward. I mean, the good news is they don't have green mana. They only have blue mana, right? I see. Okay, that's not good. I have to draw my 1 basic swamp. I have exactly 1 basic swamp. I was going to say, I could draw Ragavan, but Ragavan's not good now, so... Okay. That is a spell. that I'm allowed to cast. And I have artifact, sorcery, land. Okay, so pass. I can block an elemental token and heat the Pyromancer. To turn on Delirium. Which I am going to do. It's our top card. We're looking for, I think, a Ragavan. Could have main phased that, but... Could have main phased that. Because now they get to play the Bone Crusher. If I main phase that, they just don't attack though, right? Alright, can maybe trade for the Bone Crusher. Vinny, yo! Vinny with the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much for the 5-pack, buddy. Appreciate that. If you got gifted a sub from Vinny, be sure to thank them in the chat. Thank you so, so much. Vinny is now up to a total of a clean 60 gifted subs to the channel. Thank you so much for all of the support, Vinny. Hope you're having a good day. Oh, yeah, sure. If I main phase it, they just attack, I block, and they stop my guy anyway, so it wouldn't matter, right? Yeah, we're getting cheesed. I wasn't sure they would keep in the Blood Moon. No attacks. Man. We had a good run, though. We had a good run. Vinny's got the tier 3 spaghetti emote. Anybody else got the tier 3 spaghetti emote? I need to make some more tier 3 emotes. I think I have a couple spots. More pasta. Same emote, yeah. No, it's not the same emote, Brad. We're dead. Somebody say, why don't you just cast explosives for 0 if 5-head? I was waiting for it. I was waiting for somebody in chat to say, why don't you just cast explosives for 0? Alright, let's open our Chesterooski. I'll probably put that one on YouTube. That's a good league. Oh. Did we get the sleeve? $0.81? Put it in the fucking binder. Put it in the fucking binder. Let's go. That's a new job. It's going good. It's going good. I'm learning a lot of new stuff, and it's a little overwhelming. The systems that I'm using are very in depth. Not necessarily complicated, but there's just a lot of steps, and there's a lot of stuff to remember. So, but I'll get used to it. I'll get used to it. I guess I could have got a scry trigger off of it, yeah, but we were dead. Okay, so I wanted to do kind of like a little rundown after of how I wanted to change this deck, because I think that we learned a couple of things throughout the league. Blood Moon is not good main deck, so that's the starting point, and I want to put the Terminate in the main. I want to put the, I think the 4th Heat in the 4th Ending. So that's 60. 3 souls, 2 command. Maybe a second Kroxa. Maybe the Fatal Push can go. Where'd the ending go? It's over here. So those changes for sure. I'm not sure about this push. I want the 4th Bauble. Especially with a Companion Lurrus. No, I want the 4th Bauble, for sure. I think this push can probably go. I like 6 discard spells, 4, 4, 4, 4. Maybe do like 2 Arcanist, 3 Pyromancer. I was not impressed with Arcanist. Like, even with all these 1-mana spells, it's just, I don't know, it just did not feel that good. I think maybe 2 is okay, but I think I like this configuration. And then sideboard, I still want to play the Blood Moons in the sideboard, because there's definitely matchups you want them in. What would I cut, though? Maybe cut the Kaya's Guiles? Or maybe the Turloks, because, like, Turlok and Voidwalker's a lot. Like, you're not really losing control with this setup, right? I think that's fine. I think this is how I'd want to try it moving forward. See, I don't even know if DHA is that good. Second basic swamp. Yeah, well, the thing is, if you're mooning people, you don't need the second swamp main deck, right? So if you're mooning people out of the board, most of the time when you moon people, it's when they don't have removal. So you can just curve Channeler into Ragavan into Moon, and they can't kill your shit, right? So I don't really think you need the second basic swamp for when you're bringing in the moons. So I think this is where I would want to be moving forward. I think so. GG's. Sedgemore, yeah, but you want to be a Lurrus deck. Like, here's the thing. If you don't want a Companion Lurrus, I think the best reason to not be Companion Lurrus is Seasoned Pyromancer, right? But I don't really think that Seasoned Pyromancer is enough of a reason to not Companion Lurrus. I guess you could do 2 Voidwalker, 1 Turok. Sure, that's fine. Splitting hairs a little bit, but yeah, that's probably fine. Right. Ending in DHA is super awkward. It is kind of, but like there's still a lot of matchups where you can do that. Like you can kill a Rhino token, you can kill a Construct token, you can kill... I guess that's mostly it, of like cards that people actually play, but... Reckless Impulse. Are you guys trying to cut the Arcanist? Is 4 Pyromancer too much? Because I'm not, like, the biggest fan of these Arcanists. Card kind of sucks. I was not impressed with it. We could just cut the Arcanist and play Max Pyromancers. We could just, like, Max Pyromancer, maybe second Croxa. Any burn hate? I mean... You could play, what's the 1-mana busted burn, anti-burn card? The one with rebound, what's it called, chat? It's, you gain 2 life, hexproof. What's that card called? Chat's gonna know. Blossoming Column. You could play Blossoming Column with a sideboard, which would be good. It'd be dope, but... You have Gal for burn? Yeah, that's true. You have Gal for burn. And generally speaking, I don't think your burn matchup is that bad. Like, decks that have Lurrus and a bunch of removal spells are generally favored against burn. You know? Especially the people that are playing, like, the Spike Burn deck, where you actually get the trade for their cards profitably because they're putting Channeler in their deck. That matchup is a joke. Like, when they play Channeler instead of Lava Spike, it just, like, you pump the fist. You know? So...